Yo, what's going on everybody? Hope everybody is doing well. Today we're going to be talking about Archon Hunts and how you can easily run through them. Now do keep in mind, if you don't have good mods or even a good Warframe setup, I hope you're not expecting to fly through an Archon Hunt just casually. If you really wanted to do an Archon Hunt the easiest way possible, all you have to do is load up the missions on public so that you do the mission with others, and obviously that is way easier compared to solo, and you can just get it done a lot faster that way. But regardless, I'll be going over the Archon Hunt in total, as well as some interesting facts about the Archon bosses, so let's get right into it. Archon Hunts are pretty much like sorties. They give out good rewards, and they have 3 missions that you need to complete, and on the 3rd mission you get to fight an Archon boss, and there is a different Archon boss each week. Each boss drops a different Archon shard, and the most important thing you need to keep in mind when facing these enemies is the fact that each boss actually has damage attenuation. Archon's damage reduction actually has 3 layers and scales depending on your weapons, and that alone makes the Archons pretty tanky, but they also have alloy armor and are immune to damage reduction, so they can be a little formidable if you don't have the right setup, which is exactly why I highly recommend you bring radiation against Archons. Radiation is of course heat plus electricity, and it actually does bonus damage to alloy armor by plus 75%. So with all that out the way, of course you're going to want to make sure you have really good weapons that are capable of actually putting out damage, and if you don't, well, you probably shouldn't do an Archon Hunt solo. But real talk, with good mods and good weapons, you can easily cook these Archon Hunts, especially if you have a certain weapon type that I always like to bring whenever I'm facing Archons, and that weapon type is Incarnon Weapons. Incarnon Weapons are pretty much an upgraded form of a weapon. Once you fill up the transmutation gauge, you can actually transform the weapons into its Incarnon version, and each Incarnon weapon has a set of upgrades that you have to do various challenges to unlock, but once you do unlock, you get perks to put on the weapon. And what makes the Fenmore and the Latum Incarnon so amazing is their final upgrade, and that upgrade is called Devouring Attrition. This upgrade gives these weapons a 50% chance to deal plus 2000% damage on non-critical hits. And by the way, not only is that a buff for the Incarnon mode, but these buffs also apply to the regular version. And if you pair that with a damage buff, they just get absolutely melted by these weapons, and it's literally not even a contest when you have a damage buff. It's awesome. This week for the Archon Hunt, I had to do a spy mission and an excavation mission. I highly recommend bringing a Warframe that can get that mission type done easily. For the spy mission, I brought Loki Prime because my man is just out here with the clear fruit from One Piece, and his invisibility is just top tier. Even if there's a spy mission and you don't actually have a Warframe that can go invisible like Loki, you can just simply use the Parazon mod Untraceable. This mod allows you to turn invisible whenever you perform a successful hack, and you stay invisible for 15 seconds. And yeah, invisibility on spy missions just makes them an absolute cakewalk, especially if you just take your time and do it right. And then for the 2nd mission, I had an excavation. Now excavations can be pretty annoying because all the enemies like to shoot at the actual excavator, so I actually ended up bringing Dante because Dante's not gonna die. My man has over 100,000 overguard. You think these level 100 Grineer enemies about to take out my boy? No way. The only way is if I'm caught lacking, and due to Dante's stupid high survivability, my man was able to get the job done. Even though it did take a little bit of time, it is what it is. Of course these would be much faster on public, but for this video we running it solo. And after the 2 missions are complete, of course you finally get access to fight the actual Archon. Now don't get it wrong, all 3 Archons do have different attack patterns, but for the most part, as long as you know the actual mechanics on dealing with these bosses, you can just straight up dumpster their health with a good build. And yeah guys, that's pretty much gonna be it for this video. Now Archon Hunts honestly are really not that difficult at all, especially on public, but I remember a time when I once struggled with these missions, and considering how far I have come since then, I figured I'd go ahead and make a video for anybody else out there who was like my old self and just struggled with these missions, especially because my dumbass used to do these missions on solo. I just didn't want to do them public for some reason. I don't know why. It was a waste of time. Yeah, don't be like me. Always do these on public so you can just not waste time. Let me know what you guys think of Archon Hunts and this Archon Hunt video. Before this video ends, real quick, just wanted to say thank you guys so much for all the support on the channel. I really do appreciate it. And yeah guys, that's gonna be it for me. With that being said, thanks for watching.